Caitlin Clark is breaking the WNBA. The WNBA has been around for 27 years, founded in April of 1996. Throughout the course of this league, we have witnessed a multitude of legends leave their mark. Tamika Catchings, Maya Moore, Candace Parker, Cheryl Swoops, Diana Taurasi, and Sue Bird are just a few of the pioneers of this league, the ones that made it what it is today. But even with their impact, the WNBA has always had a major problem. Ratings. The WNBA has always struggled with viewership, being unable to retain a consistent audience. Now, the NBA funds the WNBA, but has been unable to see growth in revenue since its start. And for some, the reason why isn't really clear. The WNBA has always had marketable superstars, ones that could draw people towards the league. So, was it marketing? Was it a lack of resources? Or maybe the product just wasn't good enough? As harsh as that sounds, no one really knew the direct answer. But as we continued to move forward, the answer became clear. You see, it seems like the viewership of the WNBA is driven off reeling in the casual basketball fan. And the simplest way to do that is, of course, highlight plays. Highlights are what wow the casual fan. And looking in men's basketball, it's easy to do so. You get high-flying dunks, you have crazy crossovers, these incredible buzzer beaters. I mean, it's simple over there. And for women, it just isn't. For the casual fan, they don't want to sit through an entire game to really feel like they like something. They want something quick, and that is what highlights give. To make some highlight-worthy plays, you need to do highlight-worthy things. Like I said, it's easier to do that in the NBA, but even for the WNBA, people like crossovers and they like crazy long-range three-point shots. Those are just a couple of things that can really wow people. And for the WNBA, they needed a player that could do that. One that would take the league by storm and help the league become more popular. And of course, they have to make history while doing it. And just a couple of months ago, the WNBA finally got that. Meet Caitlin Clark. And just
Boston. Wheeler finds Clark from the logo.
Teams from scoring.
Well, last year Indiana was 10th in pace. Christy Sides telling us Clark rattles her second three.
On Reese. Clark gets freed up from up top.
She had a defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep three.
Caitlin Clark is the woman that will turn the WNBA around. Bursting into the scene in college, Caitlin was first noted for her Steph Curry-like play, crossing up the competition and hitting crazy shots from as deep as the logo. In college, she averaged 28.5 points through 4 years, shooting just a touch under 38% from three on about 10 three-pointers attempted per game. And those weren't just easy three-pointers either. Most of these shots were off the dribble, crazy drifting attempts. The level of scoring she showcased in college is something that we've never seen before. Literally. Her 3,951 collegiate points are the most in NCAA history in both men's and women's basketball. She was the chosen one, the savior. It was a no-brainer that she was going to be the one that would change the WNBA. Obviously, she was drafted with the first overall pick in the WNBA draft. Caitlin has immediately left her mark. Caitlin's professional debut saw more than 2 million people tune in and watch, making it the most watched game in WNBA history on ESPN. The month of May was the WNBA's highest attending opening month since the league was funded. WNBA merchandise sales are up about 236%, and for her own Indiana Fever, the team had about 81,000 fans seated during the entire 2023 season, and they broke that number early on in the season through just 5 games. And most importantly, across all platforms, the WNBA has nearly tripled their viewership from last season. These are just unprecedented numbers for an unprecedented player. And individually, Caitlin has taken the league by storm herself. On the season, Caitlin is averaging just a hair over 16 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 6.5 assists per game, with her shooting percentages continuing to climb as she gets more and more comfortable. Currently, she's the only player in the WNBA to be top 20 in all 5 major categories. She leads the WNBA in three-pointers made. She just tied the WNBA record for most consecutive 15-point and 5-assist games. She's the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 300 points, 100 rebounds, and 100 assists. I mean, we've just never seen anything like it. And what's scarier about all this is that she continues to keep a level head. Despite all the scrutiny, her importance to the success of the WNBA, and of course, having to carry the burden of being a #1 overall pick, she continues to stay cool, calm, and collected. She's easily one of the best players in the WNBA right now. She'll probably make the All-Star team, and she'll continue to show her dominance. She's just 22 years old. So imagine how good she'll be in her prime. Imagine how good the WNBA will be when she's in her prime. This woman right here is special. And thanks to her and some others, the WNBA is reaching new heights.